Hi, everybody. Welcome to Manitowoc Cooperative Ministry Daily Devotions. I'm Pastor Judine Duerwaechter, co-pastor with the MCM, and today I'm here to bring you a daily devotion on Psalm 141, and I do so as I'm doing all this week, wearing colors of blues, greens, and teal, which are the colors of apology. As we continue to live in very difficult, tumultuous times that are deeply rooted in our country and our world's ugly roots, they're like weeds of injustices, racism, bigotry, and violence, and that's all based on one thing, and that is the abuse of power. And the truth is, if you have to force something, if you are going to use power abusively as force rather than the power of love, you clearly have no idea who you are and whose you are. And you're living in a madhouse and you're creating an awful lot of hardship and mess for everyone else because of it. So, on behalf of all of those individuals who are lost with a capital L, I bring to you a sense of apology. Personally and collectively, we apologize for all the injustices that have been given to so many people in the world and again in our nation for many, many centuries. A sense of unity is what we are about and what love will provide if you allow love to love you. All right, let's take a look at Psalm 141. It's actually a short psalm, so I'll read it to you in its entirety. I'm bringing it to you from the translation of the Jerusalem Bible this week, Psalm 141. Yahweh, I'm calling. Hurry to me. Listen to me. I'm invoking you. My prayers rise like incense. My hands like the evening offering. Yahweh, set a guard at my mouth, a watcher at the gate of my lips. Let me feel no impulse to do wrong, to share the godlessness of evildoers. No, I will not sample their delights. A virtuous man may strike me in reproof for my own good, but a wicked one shall never anoint my head with oil. Daily I counter their malice with prayer. When their judges are flung on jagged rock, they will learn how mild my words have been. Like a millstone smashed on the ground, our bones are scattered at the mouth of Sheol. To you, Yahweh, my Lord, I turn my eyes. I take shelter in you. Do not leave me exposed. Keep me out of traps that are set for me, from the bait laid for me by evil men. Let the wicked fall into their own net while I go on my way. So that's Psalm 141 in its entirety. And if you heard a little bit of the similar language of Jesus teaching us in the Lord's Prayer, basically, lead me not into temptation, right? Now, these words are written like probably 1,000 years, before Jesus, and Jesus brings them back into the Lord's Prayer, lead me not into temptation. So when you look at this psalm, you have to ask yourself the question, are you like this psalmist who's trying desperately not to be like what he would refer to as the wicked, not to be tempted into what it is that the wicked are doing? He's really, really working at it. And he says, I like that one line where he says that he's never going to be somebody that would allow his head to be anointed with oil by the wicked. So think of a time maybe in your life. I mean, it is so tempting, right? Where you might be flattered, let's just say, by someone who is wicked. Were you ever flattered by someone where you actually love the flattery, but it's like, gee whiz, look at the source of which the flattery is coming from? I can think of some national leaders that come to mind right now off the top of my head, where, literally flattery won't get you anywhere. So, are you someone in life who are so in need of that kind of attention that you'll take that flattery from a source that is what the psalmist refers to as wicked or evil? Or are you someone that would prefer to be and actually appreciate and invite maybe being corrected or rebuked by someone who is gracious? When you think of an honorable person who may bring you a bit of, not criticism, but a bit of correction, in the sense that I know you want to be a better person, and I want to share this with you basically in love. Sometimes we call it constructive criticism. It's still very hard to hear it that way. So how do you find your sense of self in life in regards to this? I think it comes with maturity, that we're able to prefer to have that more constructive criticism. That comes with maturity, where someone who is honorable and noble is sharing with us a better way to go. It's harder to hear that when you're younger. You tend to defend yourself an awful lot, and we're like weeds in the cracks of sidewalks, where we don't have really deep roots of love. We can just be yanked out anytime, anywhere, and we may take that flattery from sources that are of less value and less quality. So where are you at in your life, where you're asking God, lead me not into temptation? I'm really first there in this stage of my life, where I can literally be like very mindful. Lead me not into temptation. Help me be strong and rooted in love, where I'm not going to apologize for doing, quote, the right thing. And that's when you know that you are, rising to a higher perspective or a spiritual discipline, where someone says, don't ever do that again. And you're like, you're right, I won't ever do that again. Or are you someone that when somebody says, wow, that's really cool that you got away with that, do you appreciate that kind of flattery? And the answer, of course, I hope, is that you do not. So lead me not into temptation. Lead me not into temptation to be anything other than love, and to be respectful of all human beings on the planet, because we are all of love. We are all one humanity. I hope this was helpful today, friends. Join me next time. See you for Psalm 142 tomorrow. Take great care, and remember to live to love. Bye now.